What is up, y'all? My name is Nori and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing a long-awaited video, and it's going to be short, and I will tell you why. This is definitely the start of my manga beginners series. Now, I know a lot of people want to get into manga, but the first thing that they think about manga, it's like the series is 40 plus volumes. I can't do that. But there are a lot of series that just started that are only like maybe 20 volumes and under, even 10 volumes and under. And plus, you don't want to look at the volumes in that series. You kind of want to find out where you want to start. So that is what we're going to be talking about today. Again, this is the start of a series that is going to be called Beginners Manga. Now, the thing that we're going to be talking about today are the categories of manga itself, which is so important. And a lot of people do not talk about this and don't talk about the terminology. I understand, because a lot of us have been reading manga maybe for a year, 2 years, 10 plus years. So the way that mangas are classified are through gender and age class, but do not take that to heart, y'all, because it really doesn't matter. You read what you want to read, but these are the way that these things are classified, and I will give you the description that fits into the category. I'll give you the age and I'll give you the gender, but just don't pay attention to that, but do pay attention to the description. So the first one that we're going to be talking about, it is seinen. Now, seinen doesn't really get tossed around, like that word doesn't get tossed around, and a lot of people don't know that is classified as young men manga, ages 18 and up. Now, most of the time you're like, 18, like spicy, but no, it's not. Well, it can be spicy, yes it can, but most of the time it is more violent, it is more bloody. Most of the time it is psychological. It deals with a lot of psychological aspects that a 15-year-old shouldn't be reading. Now, I started reading Death Note when I was like 10. Maybe I should have waited, who knows, but I did read it at a young age. That's why the age category does not matter. But if you like your mangas to be a little bit more bloodier, a little bit more violent, to get into those gory details, or if you want a really good psychological thriller out of it, most of the time what you're gonna do is look up seinen manga. Now, the most popular ones are definitely Tokyo Ghoul, which a lot of people have seen the anime, and people are starting to pick up the manga as well, especially RE. I feel like a lot of people just started reading that, but Tokyo Ghoul is a great series and it is bloody. Like, it's very gory and I absolutely adore it. Obviously, there's going to be like Gans, there's going to be Uzumaki as well. So if you like more intense manga and you like your blood and gore, always look for seinen manga. Now, jumping into the opposite of seinen, which a lot of people obviously know, and that is shonen, because everybody knows Shonen Jump, with that Naruto, with My Hero Academia, with Dragon Ball Z. Like, there's a huge list that we can go through, but shonen is definitely young boys under the age of 17. Most of the time they'll categorize it as 16, but like 17 always gets left out because you're an older teen, but you're not an adult yet, so I always put it under 17. Now, again, if you want that action and adventure without that gore and without, you know, sweating bullets and just having a really good time, now, I'm not saying that shonen manga should be discredited because it's for younger audiences, because again, My Hero Academia, which has had a resurgent in the past couple of years, like I swear this is like the new Naruto. It is intense, like it is nail biting, it is amazing, character development is all there, but you still get those fighting scenes without all the blood and all the disgusting aspects that I love. So definitely, if you want to get into action, if you want to get into adventure, and most of the time shonen is told from a guy's perspective. Now we do have Sailor Moon. Actually, it was considered a shonen because it was under the Shonen Jump, but it's actually considered shoujo, but because of the action it can be arguably shonen as well. Now shonen is typically considered to be a guy's perspective. That's why a silent voice is actually considered shonen. Now it's a hard-hitting manga and you're probably like, no, Nori, that's shoujo. No, because it is told in a guy's perspective, it is actually classified as shonen. So do keep in mind that shonen is not always going to be action and adventure all of the time. That one is a really good exception. So if you do want to get into adventure and all that cool stuff, I would suggest you go with a shonen manga. Alright, jumping into the next category, it is going to be josei. Now josei, it's actually really cool because anytime that you will look it up, it will say josei, the age category is from 18 years of age to 45 years of age, which I find that so cool because I want to be 45 and reading manga. Like I really do. So josei is more towards adult women, and it is definitely slice of life. You got contemporary, you got romance, you can get a little bit of action in there as well, but it is definitely slice of life, which is absolutely great because I love me some high school romance, but your girl is getting older and you know, I want something different. I want something where I can connect with as an adult. And if you are an adult who is looking for manga, that contemporary, that romance, and you don't want to read anything about high school, josei is it for you. I absolutely love it. Now there are some mangas that I'm just gonna put out there, which is, you know, An Incurable Case of Love, and then we have Love is Hard for an Otaku as well, which I do have on my shelf. And there is My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, which has some fantasy aspects in there. And then we have the very popular and beloved Nana as well. So if you, again, if you love slice of life, contemporary, and some romance in your manga, but you don't want to read about 15 or 16-year-olds doing it, josei is it. And the last category that we are going to be talking about, it is shoujo. Now shoujo is definitely the opposite of josei, and that has to do with the age category. Now shoujo is definitely from the ages of 10 to 18. I would say like 10 to 17. It starts off really young. Now the only difference is that shoujo focuses on like slice of life. It does have some contemporary, it does have romances, but for younger ages as well. Now shoujo is definitely the opposite of josei, obviously in age categories, but what is interesting about shoujo is that it does have a lot of interpersonal relationships. It does deal with a lot of friendships and relationships. It does deal with, you know, discovering yourself, your identity, your sexuality. So it's definitely for that younger audience so they can connect more. Now do not get me wrong, do not. Shoujo is my jam. Actually, and here's an exception. We got two exceptions here. So popular shoujo mangas definitely include everything by Ichigo Takano, which is definitely Orange and Dreaming Sun. Now both of these have the best of both worlds. You have slice of life, you have some romance, you have some darker topics as well, which is enjoyed by a lot, including adults like me, but it is targeted towards a younger audience, and Orange does have some sci-fi aspects to it. And two exceptions are one of my all-time favorite mangas, which is Yona of the Dawn. Now Yona of the Dawn, y'all, can I really do a manga video without talking about Yona of the Dawn? Of course not. It's my favorite. So Yona of the Dawn, it is shoujo, but it is action packed. Like, I just read volume 20 and it was action every single page, and it was brutal and it was glorious, y'all. So you would think that it is shonen, but actually it is not. It is shoujo. And another exception, it is Blue Flag by Kaito. Now, Kaito is told from a dual perspective, but it mostly follows a young man and a group that are all discovering their sexuality, their emotions. They're in high school. It deals with a lot. It's definitely a manga worth picking up, but it is definitely an exception because it is told through a guy's perspective. Now, again, most of these categories are not to be taken by face, but if you are looking into genre specific, definitely use these 4 categories to help your journey out. Alright, y'all, and that is it for my beginner's manga guide. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys took some really cool information out of it. Now, if you do want recommendations for every single category, especially if we're talking about Yuri and Yayo, let me know. Your girl is loving doing like categories or top 10, top 5. So again, do let me know in the comments down below. And if you did like this video, do like it and let me know as well. So thank you so much for watching my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.